Good morning. It's good to see all of you, your beautiful faces, so bright and shiny this morning. Hi. If you'll stand with me, I'm going to read this set of verses from Psalms 46. I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit of a complicated passage to read because there's some things in here that feel a little bit uncomfortable. It says, God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. So we will not fear when earthquakes come and the mountains crumble into the sea. Let the oceans roar and foam, and let the mountains tremble as the waters surge. Because a river brings joy to the city of our God, the sacred home of the Most High. God dwells in that city, it cannot be destroyed. From the very break of day, God will protect it. The nations are in chaos and their kingdoms crumble. God's voice thunders and the earth melts. The Lord of heaven's armies is here among us. The God of Israel is our fortress. Come see the glorious works of the Lord. See how he brings destruction upon the world. He causes wars to end throughout the earth. He breaks the bow and snaps the spear. He burns the shields with fire. And then it says this, it says, be still and know that I am God. I will be honored by every nation. I will be honored throughout the world. The Lord of heaven's armies is here among us. The God of Israel is our fortress. The passage talks about the chaos of the world and the wars and the destruction that's happening. And that verse that says, be still and know that I am God, that part that says, be still, I think sometimes we take it and we use it as like find a space of calm, quiet our bodies, which isn't wrong by any means, but what it's being used as in this verse is saying, lay down your weapons, stop fighting, be still, that you don't have to take up the weapons and wage the war yourself, that God is in control, that the whole earth, all the kingdoms, all the nations, all the physical pieces of creation bow to his orders. The songs that we are singing this morning talk a little bit about that chaos that happens in our souls and the world around us in spaces, and how we have the beautiful option of bringing that to Jesus and to rest in his control. And so wherever you're coming from today, maybe be still for you means to quiet the busyness and to take some time to breathe and to calm your spirit. But maybe the be still for you means to lay down the fighting, to let go of some of that control, to let go of some of that resistance, and to believe that God is with you and he's for you. It says he's the Lord of heaven's armies is here among us.
Out of my bondage, sorrow and night, Jesus I come, Jesus I come. Into thy freedom, gladness and light, Jesus, I come to thee. Out of my sickness and into thy health, out of my wanting and into thy wealth, out of my sin and into thyself, Jesus, I come to thee. Out of my shameful failure and loss, Jesus I come, Jesus I come. Into thy glorious gain of thy cross, Jesus I come to thee. Out of earth's sorrows and into thy balm, out of life's storms and into thy calm, out of distress into jubilant songs, Jesus I come to thee. boast and arrogant pride. Jesus, I come. Jesus, I come into thy blessed will to abide. Jesus, I come to thee. Out of myself to dwell in thy love, out of despair into raptures above, upward forever on wings like a dove. Jesus, I come to thee. Jesus, I come into the joy and light of thy home. Jesus, I come to thee. Out of the depths of ruin untold, into thy peace of thy sheltering fold, ever thy glorious face to behold. Jesus, I come to thee. Jesus, I come to thee. Jesus, I come to thee. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this world, but give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this world, but give me Jesus. In the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this, but give me Jesus. And when I am alone, oh, when I am alone, just give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this, but give me Jesus. And when I am afraid, oh, when I am afraid, when I am afraid, just give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me You can have all this. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this. You can have all this. You can have all this. Give me Jesus. Grander earth has quaked before, moved by the sun's voice. The seas that are shaken and still can be calm, broken for my regard. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well with me. Far be it from me not to believe, even when my eyes can't see, that this mountain that's in front of me will be thrown into the midst of the sea. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you. It is well. It is well. So let go
and take a seat. We're just going to be still for a moment. And I want you to reflect on what we just sang together. For those of you who are here this morning and life feels like it's full of blessings, and you feel like you just are overwhelmed with gratitude for what you have, you can pray it as well. For those of you who are struggling and it feels like there's so much loss and pain right now, say it as well. That it will be okay. That God has not forgotten you. World full of so much noise and busyness and anxiety, where so much feels overwhelming. I invite you right now just to come and rest. For this moment, you don't have to worry about what the next thing is. You can put down your mental to-do list. You can hold open the hurt or the sadness or the worry about the future and just hold it with open hands to God. And let the God who's a God of peace and stillness and rest meet you right now. Slow down your breathing. Take deep breaths in and out. Be aware right now that God is with you. And so we come to you, God, and we're not all in the same place, but we bring the complexity of who we are, the many different things that we are. We bring our faith and our lack of faith. We bring our peace and our anxiety. We bring our joy and our despair and everything in between, and we bring it to you this morning. believing that through it all, our hope is in you, that it is well. Not because we do not see the world for what it is, not because we do not see life for what it is, but because our hope is that on the other side of all of it is new life. The promise that you give us, God, is new life, always, always new life, always new life. That on the other side of death is new life. And so as we look at that, God, but then as we look at everything in between, we say it is well. It is well, and all will be well. Our hope for that, Jesus, is in you. It is your death and your resurrection that we confess. You are the one who holds everything together. We pray all this in your name, Jesus. Amen. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm glad that you're here. Wherever you're at in your spiritual journey, you might be someone who has been doing this whole following Jesus thing for a very long time, or you might be checking out God, faith, church for the first time, or the first time in a very long time. We just want to let you know, wherever you're at in your spiritual journey, this is a safe place for you to take your next step toward God, whatever that next step might be. If you are visiting here this morning, you're going to see a card on the seat in front of you. At some point in time this morning, grab that card, fill it out, leave it on the seat. You'll get added to our email and text lists, and then I would love to reach out myself this week and introduce myself and find out if there's any way I can help you get more connected here as well. So grab the card, leave it on the seat. We'll grab that later. How's everyone doing this morning? Okay. This got some feedback here. Stephen kind of carried this section, so you can say thank you to him. I don't really know what happened over here. I didn't get over there. I'm just going to assume that, okay, well, you're here this morning. Wherever you're at, you made it. Congratulations. We've got a few announcements to tell you about. First thing is this. We have a food bank that we partner with. They meet on our property every other Saturday, and they are doing a fundraiser that is happening, I believe it's on the day of the Christmas store at the Slim Chickens just down the road from here. And so you can actually see information about that on that table that you passed as you walked in. But we are always wanting to support them and help them, especially as they're entering a new year in which there is going to be a significant amount of grant money that they had last year that they do not have this coming year. We want to do everything we can to support them, so check that out there. Second thing is this. After the service today, we are sticking around to turn this building into a Christmas wonderland. I don't think that's overstating it at all. I think it'll be a wonderland of Christmas. And so we have a bunch of different decorations and different things that we're going to do. We're going to have pizza, some cookies I saw back there. They're carbonated beverages. It's really, so we're just going to kind of hang out, eat, decorate, do all of that. One of the things that I will say about that is in the past, it's kind of been a little bit of a free-for-all where everyone just grabs and starts decorating. We're not doing that this year, especially with the preschool. There are some things that we can put out and not put out. So for those of you who brought your Christmas shivs, we cannot use those this year. I'm sorry. But so Megan is actually going to, Megan, right over there, she's basically point for everything else I'm about to say this morning in the announcements. She is going to be directing us, and so we'll give you instructions about how all that's going to work. So basically, if you have kids, pick them up after the service, and then we'll meet back here for directions, and we'll kind of go from there. Now, the big announcement, of course, is the Christmas store. And there was a lot that I needed to say about this, so I brought notes this morning. So let me get those. All right, so... Nope, that's the talk. Where are the notes? There it is. Cool. All right, so first is this. If you haven't volunteered for the Christmas store, first of all, I'll say that there are sign-ups at that table right out there that is happening this Saturday, the Christmas store is. And if you're like, what is the Christmas store? It's a place where families who are financially struggling during the holiday season can shop for gifts that are worth $25 or more, but they're priced for only $5 each, which means that families, parents, and guardians get the dignity of both picking out and paying for gifts, but at a highly discounted price. And so if you have not signed up for volunteering at the Christmas store, you can do that on that sheet right out there. In years past, we have had like a before the Christmas store, like the week before we'll like all meet together. We are not going to do that this year. You are going to be, if you have signed up for the Christmas store, you are going to volunteer at the Christmas store, you are going to be getting an email this week that's going to have directions about everything that you need to know. One thing we'll say is this though, if you signed up for the 9 to 11 volunteering shift, then that call time for that is going to be at 8:30. So plan on being here on Saturday at 8:30. Yeah, okay, so we set a goal. Our goal this year was that we wanted to raise $25,000 in gifts. And so that is representing basically 1,000 gifts, which means 500 kids that at the Christmas store. That's our goal, is for us to be able to help parents and guardians provide presents for 500 kids this year. And so last week, we have the slide that we'll throw up there. That was where we were at last week. We're at $13,429. Here is where we are at prior to the gifts that you guys brought today. We'll have the next slide. We're there, $17,734. So with the gifts that you guys brought in, we are comfortably over $18,000, which means we have $7,000 to go, and we have about 6 days to do it. Now, that is two things. One, that feels very daunting to me. The second thing is I looked last year, and last year we had like $6,000 to go with 6 days. And so this has happened before. I will, however, say this, that for us to bridge the gap of the next $7,000, for us to get there, we do have, by the way, we do have a contingency plan. Like there are things we can do, like instead of parents shopping for 2 gifts, we can like have them only shop for 1. That would be a bummer. That's not something that we want to do. We can pull that off if we need to, but man, that's not my heart. And that's not our heart of the church. I've just been thinking about this a lot, and I kind of mentioned it last week, but one of the things that I really believe about God, and I have seen it in my life so many times, is that yes, God is a God who meets our basic needs and provides for our basic needs. That's 100% true, and I've seen that as well. But man, have I seen multiple times where God showed up in my life and didn't just provide the basics. God provided extravagantly, where it wasn't things that I needed. It wasn't things that were like crucial. It was just God being like, I'm a God of generosity who sees you and wants to provide you with things that are just a blessing. And the Christmas store really is that. This is something that we want. We're hoping that the people who come here and shop at the store, that the connection that they make is a connection between this event that they just experienced and the idea of a God who sees people in the moments when they are struggling and doesn't just help them barely get by, but provides extravagantly and generously. And so, as we have $7,000 to go, there's 2 things that I'm going to ask of you. The first is this, is to continue to think through where are there people that you can ask or invite to come participate in helping us get to this goal? Are there people you can ask? Are there people you can hit up, whether it's business, neighborhood, friends, family, whatever, I don't care. Who can you invite to come, give, participate, drop off gifts, whatever, to the store? And then the second thing, actually there are 3 things that I'll say. The second thing that I would invite you to do is this, and I mentioned this last week, but now it's for real. We have a lot of shopping to do in the next 6 days, like a lot. If you would like to go shopping for the Christmas store, so basically you get to go to a store, just load up carts with gifts and just like, you can, it's fun. If you would like to do that and help us do shopping so I don't have to go buy about, I don't know, $20,000 in gifts by myself, I would love to share the blessing of that with you. So please come talk to me today, text me, email me, whatever, letting me know, and I walk you through the process of how we do all that. We have tax exemption forms, how we'll reimburse you, all that kind of stuff. Please come let me know. So that's the second thing. So the first is, who can you talk to give? The second is, would you like to help us shop? Third thing is this. I would ask you to pray with me for the store as it's coming up in 6 days. Something I feel like God has been challenging me with a lot lately is, do I actually believe that prayer works? Do I actually believe that prayer is a good use of my time, or is it just a nice idea that I stand up here and talk about? And so one of the things that I want to invite you to do, Christina and I have been doing, really Christina's the one that's been spearheading it. Christina and I have been praying in the evening specifically for the store. And every single time that we do that together, there's just this intense sense that I feel of God being there with us while that happens. And so here's what I want to invite you to do, is to pray every day this week for the store. And here's what I've been praying. I have been asking God about that specific number and to help us get there. That's for sure something I talk to him about, but that's not really the focus. You know what my focus has been? And this is, again, really Christina's influence on my life. That people would experience that God that I just talked about, who is a God of extravagant generosity. And so, would you pray with me right now? And so, God, what I believe is that you are a God who is better than we think. And I have seen you over and over and over again provide, and not just provide, but I've seen your heart as a dad who loves to give good gifts to his kids. And God, you also tell us that you have a heart for the people who are struggling and forgotten and marginalized, for people who are financially struggling. You talk about that all throughout the Bible. And so, God, I believe that it is your heart for the people and around us in our community who are struggling this holiday season, that it is your heart to love them and bless them and to help them see that you are a God who sees them. And so what I would ask this morning is, God, would you use our church to do that? And God, what I'm going to ask is not that you would help us make up this next $7,000. What I'm asking is that you would blow it out of the water. That we would be amazed at how you provide over these next few days so that we can give even more extravagantly to families who need to hear from you. And God, I pray for each family who is going to be a part of this Christmas store. God, I pray wherever they're at and wherever they are coming from, God, as they are at the Christmas store, would they see and experience your presence, your love, your power, your kindness toward them in a way that would alter the course of their life. That they would look back at this as a moment in which they saw and experienced you in a new way that changed them forever. And so, God, we are stepping out as a church in faith in this, asking that you would provide. And we pray all this in your name, Jesus. Amen. All right, so that is the end of the announcements. The one thing that I will say is this, is that everything we do here, from being able to have a place to host the Christmas store, to having our service, to the preschool, to the food bank, whatever else, all of that is made possible because of your extravagant generosity. And there's so many of you who give and give regularly to our church. And I just want to always be up here saying thank you for doing that. It helps make all of this happen. And if you would like to give, to the church, you can either do that at theporch.church and click on the Give tab, or you can do that at the box out in the lobby. Megan, is there anything I forgot as I was saying all that? Thank you. Yes, if you can be here on Friday to help set, we are going to transform this whole place into a place for people to shop, and that takes a decent amount of work. So if you are available to do that, please talk with Megan about that today. Anything else? My phone is buzzing. That makes me wonder if someone's watching. No, that has nothing to do with this. Cool. Great. All right. Well, stand together. And as you stand, remember that we are not just a bunch of people who happen to be in the same room at the same time. We are people learning how to be a church family together. So find someone you don't know or don't know very well. Have a conversation. Get to know each other. Be friendly. All right, we'll go ahead and start grabbing a seat. All right, so we are in the last week of a series that we are doing called Every Second Counts. And the theme of this series has been that the way the Bible talks about life is that every single moment we are becoming a certain kind of person, that we are becoming someone who either moment to moment is learning how to partner with God in what he is doing in our lives and what he's doing in the world, or we are becoming people who have left that reality and are living in a reality where it's kind of all up to us. And so we have been talking about what does it look like for us to stay rooted and connected every single moment to who God is. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit this morning. But before we do that, let's pray together. I invite you this morning just to pray a very simple prayer. Just pray, God, would you speak to me this morning? If you're not sure if God is there or if he'd want to speak to you, then just, God, if you are there, would you speak to me this morning? And then would you do me the honor of praying for me? That God would speak through me this morning.